friends and I believe that Mother Teresa was a saint while she was alive, because her acts were saintly. Beatification and sainthood, we believe, is the only processes to indicate what we believe.
Is Mother Teresa a saint? We asked 9 Calcuttans from different walks of life this very simple question. From their answers, it is obvious that the ordinary people who believed in Mother's work have already canonized her in their hearts.
Mother Teresa is a saint not because she is beatified. She had set her heart and mind on Christ, and she identified Him in the poorest of the poor and served them as an expression of her love for Him. Her intimacy with Christ and her wholehearted love for Him enabled her to be a channel of God's love to all those who came into her life, very especially the unloved and the suffering. This is what made her a saint.
Mother Teresa was someone who would cure the sick and the poor, who would help the sick people and the poor people, and she would wear a bordered blue saree and would always bless people who were in trouble and who were badly, who were not going to live, stay best. Mother Teresa blessed them and they would still live.
She helped a lot of people, poor people, small districts. And when I went to see her, she asked me to give her preaching. He said, give her money, what he's spending on drink, give it to me, I'll give it to the charity.
Yes, I think Mother Teresa is a saint. I have known her since way back in the 60s, when she attended the same church that I went to and lived in the same area where I live. And to me she was just one more ordinary nun. Then she went on to become famous and win the Nobel Prize, and people flocked to see her, but it never affected me. Until one day, we were passing Mother House and there was a big crowd waiting to meet her, and our car was held up, so my husband and myself were standing at the side of the road, and suddenly Mother Teresa's car drove up. And then she walked up to us, held my hand in her right hand and his hand in her left hand, and blessed us. And at that moment, such a strong feeling of goodness and power flowed through her hands to us, that I am quite sure she is a very special messenger of God.
Mother Teresa was a person who had all the qualities of a saint. She went about being of great service to the downtrodden, the sick, the destitute, and the suffering from all classes and faiths in society. She was totally committed to her selfless work. She had great faith in Jesus, who was her inspiration for her work worldwide. I had the good fortune of meeting the Mother, and I was struck by her simplicity and gentleness. For me, she is indeed a saint.
I think that Mother Teresa holds a very special place in every Calcuttan's heart first, before the love for her becomes universal. And I'm so proud of her becoming a saint, even though there's no need for this sort of legal title being given to her, because if not for her actions, there's this sort of a heavenly glow that emanates from her eyes, whether you see in a picture or you see her on TV or even if you meet her individually. And there's nothing else to be left. There's nothing left to be said anymore, because she was saint, she is saint, and for us she'll always be one.
In my opinion, Mother Teresa is already a saint. She is a modern day saint. Her works, her words, her actions are all little miracles. Whatever she's done in the past, setting up institutions, helping the poor, the needy, the dying, all little works of miracles. We don't need any more proof to prove her a saint. In my opinion, I have already accepted her as a saint.
That is the big question. Is Mother Teresa a saint? Mother Teresa is a saint in the public eyes, and many people think she is already a saint. But in the Catholic Church, there is a process, a little delay, by which the Church gives a recognition, which is a kind of official recognition or awarding, by which it is the institution of the Catholic Church one day will declare her a canonized saint. But I think sainthood is not something which comes by institutionalization. The Church is a big institution. It has its own rules and regulation and process, and that process is called canonization, for which a certain amount of time it takes to make somebody or to recognize somebody as saint. But in the public eyes, as far as I know, to the people in general, especially the common people, the poor people, she is already a saint. To me personally, Mother Teresa has started becoming a saint from the day she started serving the poorest of the poor. So finally I would think whether one day the Catholic Church gives her this recognition or canonization by which she will declare her to be a canonized saint, that won't really matter. Mother Teresa is a saintly person, and I am sure God has accepted her to be so. To me, she is a great saint.